Hey, what's up, Phil? This is going to be probably a pretty long demo video for you for your Apprentice OWK1, your Qui-Gon, and your Corvus, and your Starkiller. Let's start with the Corvus, designed by my boy Benji over at Nerf Herder Customs, and then produced by my good friend Leon over at Jawa's Junkyard. You had asked for some weathering. I did just a light weathering on this guy, so kind of dulled up the handle a little bit and did some heat bluing on the emitter. Now this entire thing is hefty. It's all made out of steel, and it took probably, I don't know, 20 minutes of heating this part right here with map gas just to get that type of heat bluing. I didn't go too heavy with it because I didn't go too heavy on the handle though, so I kind of wanted it all to match. All right, you do have an external kill switch that Benji designed into this saber, which I thought is really cool. So it's in there, so not easy to press accidentally, but very easy to flip with your finger when you're doing it intentionally. All right, one thing I did do with these switches, I modified them a little bit so that they were just kind of like a hair trigger. So pushing right here and then pushing right here. What I did was I shortened up these switches a little bit, and then I printed some clear resin spacers. I put them underneath so you didn't have to have much travel when you pressed them. All right, so we'll go over all that. You have a Carl Chen V4 Neopixel connector in here for your blade adapter, or for your blade connector rather. And then to get to your chassis, you want to unscrew your handle. Now on the two sabers from KR that we'll go over, the Qui-Gon and the Obi, they are the Eco chassis kits that came from KR. I just wired them up for you. The Rexis and the Corvus, I went ahead and I installed completely from scratch, so they are my own chassis designs. This particular chassis, I just printed this on my new printer. I will be offering this type of material. This is a PLA carbon fiber. I went with this maroon red. This is a color that I've been looking for a long time because I just feel like it matches my business colors. And I really like the way that this one came out. So this is my first chassis that I printed on the new printer. You've got your Proffies board right here, access to your SD card and your micro USB, a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, and then you have a 20 pixel accent strip right here underneath this venting, and when you turn it over you have another 20 pixel accent strip right here, but I cut that out on the chassis. So what I did was I made this multiple blade styles, and then the 2 pixels that are right behind this split piece right here, I just programmed them to be off. So you'll see a blade style on your config file that the LEDs are just off. That's because I wanted some separation between those 2 slots. So you'll get some animation here and some animation over here. All right, your negative side of your battery goes over here by this speaker. That's not typically something that I do, but because I had to run the kill switch on the opposite side of the board than what I would normally do, I'd normally put it right here. I put that positive battery terminal right over here by the kill switch. All right, so we'll come over here and throw a battery in it. Battery will clip down nice and tough. I don't send you batteries typically because you're overseas, so just know this is an 18650 keep power protected cell. All right, and we'll come over here and flip the kill switch. So you've got that animation over here, one solid, one kind of for your 20 pixel strip, and then you've got 2 different animations going on over here. I just kind of liked how that broke up a little bit. And then I printed those spacers like I told you in clear resin so that we could still get some shine through. I used the stock lit switch PCBs for this so that we could get, you know, the red and green accents going on there. So we'll come over here and hit power. When we hit power, these change up, and then this side changes up as well. All right, then everything reacts to the auxiliary over here as well. So just a little added something there so that the chassis wasn't quite so boring, and then we go ahead and put the handle on. I also did modify the handle a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and talk about that. I wanted my chassis to retain its diameter all the way down to the speaker. So what I did was originally on this pommel piece, there was a very cool cup that was designed to hold the speaker inside, and it came out to about right here. I put this on my lathe and I just machined down the threads to right here, so it butts right up against my chassis. Still the same idea. It'll butt up right up against the speaker, and you'll get that sound pushing out the back. I just chose to do it this way. All right, so go ahead and screw this back on. You can lock that down. You'll probably never even have to take that off. I just wanted to show you that you could. All right, so we'll come over here. Throw the handle on the chassis, or on the saber rather. Goes right on. Lock it down tight. Again, come over here with your thumb. Turn the kill switch on. Come over here. Your green is power, and your red is auxiliary. I've got it basically on the cave scene right now, and you have your Sons of Corellia font on here by Kyberphonic and Benji. So your LEDs in there firing up. I'm going to hold a blade in here real quick just to show you that it fires up. I'll take both of my blades down because we need a 1-inch and a 7/8. All right. This particular one, though, is designed for a 1-inch blade. All right, so when we hold that down, lights up a blade very well. Blue blade for corn horn. We'll take that out. Normally, if you want to lock your blade down, you have a blade retention screw that's located right in that hole right there. This does have a soundtrack, so just do a long press on the power. And instead of a music soundtrack, this is a speeder bike. All right. And another long press to turn it off. I know that you do all of your own configs, but I've done a lot of work for you, and I have some of your sound fonts from previous builds. So one for each of these themed sabers, and then my Rexis has my own font. All right, so we'll turn this on. Come over here and flip the kill switch, and it turns the saber off. All right, so when we're done, we'll just come over here and unscrew our handle again. You will need to take this out eventually to charge it. You'll do that from the positive side, which is over here by this, by the threads. You should be able to pop it out with your finger just like that. All right, so that is your corn horn. We're gonna put the handle on this and put it off to the side, and we'll go over the Rexis just because I've got that sitting right next to it. This is the Rexis. So this is the Starkiller that I designed, and then my good friend Sean over at SP Sabers, he did the run. He had actually reached out to me and wanted to know if I wanted to design a Starkiller for him, and that is how we kind of teamed up on this and got this design out there. So you had asked for some weathering on this, so I did some weathering as well. This has a mix of materials. It has aluminum, so basically you'll see aluminum here on the main shroud and the base of the handle. You've got the brass rods. These panels, these 4 panels here, are made out of steel. These 2 rods here, the chamber rods, the crystal holder, and the pin coming down, as well as the holder, that is all titanium. So anything that is steel or titanium, I heat stained. All right. This emitter ring right here is steel, so that got the heat stain treatment. And then the last, these 6 screws right here, so 3 here and 3 here being steel, I went ahead and I heat stained those as well. All right. I did put the smoky lenses on here for you, but you've got your options inside of your kit. Real quartz crystal in there. We'll go ahead and we'll open this up. This is a 2-button setup, by the way, so these are low profile tactile switches that I like to put in here. The front being the power and back being auxiliary. They're low profile but very easy to hit. And then we'll just take this off to get to your chassis. This is my, I guess you'd call it my eco chassis design. I did put a secondary crystal chamber in here for you. I put an OLED screen in here for you. You've got a 10 pixel accent strip right over here, so that lights up as well. Proffie board. I do all my Proffies pretty much the same way. So I like to do a snap fit into a shelf with board, or with a USB and SD card access from right here without moving the board. And then on this one, you have a kill switch here right in front of your board. And then you have a fully enclosed 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. All right, and then you've got a quartz crystal in there too. Several different blade styles on this, but a copy of the config file is on all of these SD cards. All right, so let's we'll throw a battery in here. That'll snap in nice and tough for you. Come over here and flip the kill switch. So you've got my boot up animation right there. Your crystal chamber, or both crystal chambers, are pulsing. And your 10 pixel accent strip right here. And we come over here and hit power. Everything changes up a little bit. This is your battery meter, so I need to charge my test battery. It is almost dead, but you get the idea. Both crystal chambers are lighting up, as well as your LED connector, your blade connector. All right, and we'll go ahead and throw the handle on this guy too. This has a secondary crystal reveal panel. So when you turn this on, come over here to this panel right here. You can slide it down and you get access to your secondary crystal. And then when you're done, you can just slide that back and twist it off. All right, now this particular saber is designed for a 7/8 inch blade, and this is your blade retention right here. So we'll back that out. Throw a 7/8 blade in there. Just go nice and easy. When you hit those pins, stop. We'll lock the blade down, hit power. Lighten up a blade very nice here too. All right, so we'll take this out. Tighten this back down. And then I'll just show you that the kill switch is doing what it's supposed to do real quick. All right. Turn this guy on. And then we can flip it off from right here. And it kills power. All right. Now on this one, your positive is located by your speaker. And you should still be able to pop it out with your finger. And that is your Rexis. So we'll go ahead, put the handle on this and put this off to the side. And the next one up will be the Qui-Gon, because that's just where it is in line. So these next two are installed with the Goth Eco chassis that you provided from KR Sabers, and it came with all the parts. I just wired them up for you. So this is a one button setup, your one button being right here. How to get to your battery is you just want to unscrew this emitter piece. All right. Take this out without dropping it. You're going to find your top of your chassis right here. Now the negative side of your battery goes inside of here. So we'll take this, throw it in here, clip it in all the way like that. You are also running the Carl Chen B4 Neopixel connector here too. All right, so when you put your battery in, go ahead and put your emitter back on. It'll go right on. Show you how to take that battery out at the end, because there is a trick to it. All right, but to get to your battery and your kill switch, what you want to do is unscrew your pommel. I don't want to drop it. Take your pommel out. Be careful, because you have a speaker pod and it comes right out. All right, so you have that 28mm speaker that's provided. You'll notice that it has a cutout in there on the face, and that is because that needs to line up with the kill switch. If you look in here, you've got your kill switch up in that corner. So SD card and micro USB access in the bottom right here. Your kill switch is right there. So when you flip this over, that turns the saber on. Now we're not going to hear it because we don't have the speaker in, but line up that divot with the kill switch. When you get it in person, that will make sense. Put it in there. We'll screw down the pommel without dropping anything. Come over here and hit power. It is all lit up. This saber is very loud when it's off. And then just hold it down to turn it off. And let's throw a blade in here real quick, and I'll just hold it in here and show you that everything lights up. Light up a blade very well here. Hold it down and turn it off. All right. Now again, we'll come over here. We got to break this back down. You're not going to hear anything when I take the speaker out to show you that the kill switch works, but we'll do it through watching the emitter. So when we turn it on like this, we come over here and we flip it off in the back, it kills power. All right, so we'll put this back. Screw this back on. You do need to take out the battery a certain way. So just unscrew your emitter here. When you want to take out the battery, you put your finger through that hole right there, through that slot, and you push your battery out like that. All right, and then from here you can just kind of wiggle it free. It'll come out. And that is how you do that. So that's the Qui-Gon. Put this off to the side, and we'll go over the last one, which is the Obi-Wan. All right. The Apprentice OWK1. So this is right here. This is a 2-button setup. So your gold cog right here, that's going to be your power. Your red one right here, that's going to be your auxiliary. All right. Just like that. You've got, this has the stock, I think this is a V2 in it. To get to your board, what I did was you have to take this off. So I took that screw and I glued it to the Covertech, so you didn't have to use a tool every time. You can just basically come over here, unscrew the Covertech. It comes off as one piece. You want to take this shroud here and slide it to the side, just like that. You have the Eco Chassis version, so it didn't come with the crystal chamber. All right, so your board is located up there. If you wanted access to your board, you would need to take the pommel off. You would also need to take the shroud off. Oops. And then when you look in there, if I can focus in on that, that's how you get to your SD card and your micro USB. All right. So when you're done with that, you can just slide this back on. Leaving the pommel on though, which we'll do right now. We'll just screw that down real quick like that. Now you can just slide this all as one unit. So slide it closed or slide it open to put a battery in it. The negative side of the battery goes over here by the pommel. All right, so we'll clip a battery in, come over here and flip your kill switch.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Turn this until you can see the hole line up for your Covertech right here. Come over here and screw your Covertech in. Screw that down. Come over here and hit power. So all your LEDs in there are firing up. Auxiliary is the red. We'll tap it, or you could twist it. All right, we'll put a blade in this guy too. 1-inch diameter blade for this. Firing up a blade here. All right, and then we'll just break this down real quick again, same way we did in the beginning. Take that Covertech off, take your handle, twist it till you see your battery. We'll turn it on, and then we'll flip it off from right here, and it kills everything. All right, then you should just be able to come in here with your finger and kind of pop this battery out. But that is your OWK1. Really, and that's all of your sabers. So let me know if you have any questions on these. I'll box these up and we'll get them out in the mail to you first thing Monday morning. Thanks, Phil.